on Paranormal Insights, we're going to take a look at demons and if you can protect yourself from being possessed.
And we have a viewer question from Lucy who wants to know how far she's going to go in her career.
And a quick look with Ava Kay Jones, Authentic VooDoo Priestess. Joseph Ernest Martin.
I'm Cindy Grayson.
And this is Paranormal Insights, where we bring you the latest and best from the metaphysical world.
Here you get real tools and insights to your questions as we bring you answers from beyond the ordinary.
Cindy is a certified hypnotherapist with a specialty in past life regression. She also works with spirit guides and other white light entities as a medical intuitive.
Joseph is an award-winning psychic of over 25 years, and he's the author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row. Joseph is also the recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
Whether you believe in demons or negative entities or whatever you want to call them, you know, there are these things that I've seen and experienced firsthand that have been dark. Their energy has been low and even at times kind of scary.
Well, yeah, and this can be scary, but most people think that this is happening to them, and they don't realize they have the power to get rid of anything or not even allow a negative entity near them, which is what I do, which is why I was uncomfortable with this subject matter, because I don't go there. So it's really hard to research it and talk about it because it's just not part of my daily life.
Well, absolutely. And my own grandmother, who was very Italian, very Catholic completely, was telling me about something that happened with her where she was lying in bed, completely asleep. She had this weird feeling. She woke up, and standing in her doorway was this like little miniature demon creature thing with its arms and its legs blocking the door. And when this happened, she just looked at it and said, "In the name of Jesus Christ, be gone. Satan, get behind me. Be gone, Satan." And just like that, the demon disappeared, and it was one of the first times that I got to realize firsthand how powerful we are over these things that really try to scare us. If you believe Hollywood, then demons are certainly real. From lighter movies like Poltergeist and Marvel Comics' Hellboy, to the most seen demon-possessed movie of all time, The Exorcist. If you want demons, Hollywood has buckets full. But in everyday life, are there demons that can actually affect us? Many religions believe in the idea of, or reality of, demons. However, concrete proof seems elusive. Though where science is concerned, if there's a positive force, there is also an equal and opposite negative force. For instance, science has demonstrated this force with magnetism. So if there is a force of light and goodness, there may also be a force of darkness and evil. Where there are good spirits, there may also be negative spirits. Many people call these negative spirits or dark spirits demons. You may wonder, how can someone be influenced or harmed by a demon? A demon can only possess or influence a person if he, she, on some level, has allowed this. And believe me, I know how this sounds. Why would anyone allow or invite a demon into their life? What this really means is that on a conscious or subconscious level, that this person has no boundaries that have been established as to what they will allow or who or what they will allow to contact or influence them. Now, in the real case that was the movie The Exorcist, it was theorized that the young boy who was possessed was so angry at the new relationship that his mother had, he opened himself up to a demon spirit that expressed and took over his anger by possessing him. Some demons will use the gateway of the Ouija board to try and gain access to someone who has a weak spirit or weak boundaries. This is why you should never play with the Ouija board. You're only asking for trouble if you do. If we believe in the goodness of ourselves and the love and light of the universe or God, with God being your personal understanding of the great unifying concept or being, then the existence of a demon would be consistent with that belief and very real. Are demons real? The answer is yes. Whether you call them demons or evil spirits or negative energy, The dark side of the light exists. But the good news is that you have the ultimate power over the dark. By being a light worker, a person of integrity, a person of love and physical manifestation of the positive energy of the universe, you never have to worry.
They do. And Hollywood has us convinced that you can't be gone in the name of Christ or Creator or whoever. They have us convinced that, you've got to bring in the big guns and there's got to be a lot of drama and blood and shrieking in order to get past all of it. But that's not how it really works. And if people understand right up front, set your boundaries, don't even go there. And I've worked with other people teaching them how to work with this on their own. But I've also found out that I no longer work with teenage boys about this because they want to set inappropriate boundaries. They want to cross it, they want to experiment, and they want to see what experience they can have and still hopefully stay safe. So I don't go there anymore.
Well, people, especially younger people, they will push the boundary. They want to play with fire, see if they get burned, how powerful they actually are.
I have to say that this is the first show topic that I'm truly not comfortable with. It's a priority for me and many light workers to only deal with white light entities. Personally, I don't know if demons truly exist as entities that have always been around. I do know that what we think, we create. Therefore, negative entities have been and can be created. I also know that many people use the words ghost and demon interchangeably. Remember, ghosts are souls who have lived on the planet but did not cross over to the other side when they died. Demons are not thought of as souls who have lived on this planet. Instead, they are considered to be negative entities not from this world. There are many people who truly believe demons are real, and some people devote their time to help those who reportedly have some type of negative entity in their life. So how do you protect yourself from a demon or other negative entity? My preferred method of protection is to work with white light from our Creator. Ask for and visualize that white light and ask that it surround all the individuals that you are wanting to hold in that cocoon. Personally, I ask that each of my loved ones is permanently surrounded by this protective white light, and I ask for a dome of this protection over their homes. Burning white sage is also a method of ridding an environment of negative entities. I find it interesting that the original intent of burning the white sage was that the aroma was considered offensive, especially to negative entities and spirits. So the smoke would drive the negative entities away. It's interesting because now people have learned to love the smell of burning white sage. Salt, especially sea salt, has been regarded as a protective substance for centuries. There are different ways to use salt. If you're using it for protection, it's recommended to use salt to create a line around the outside of your home, a salt trail, so to speak. And it keeps the ants out. This is why in the movies you see a frightened person draw a circle with salt and then stay inside the circle for protection. You can also leave a small dish of salt around your home or other environment where the protection is wanted. By the way, salt also works to protect you from negative people. It is said that negative entities thrive on fear, which is one of the reasons that love is also used to protect individuals. Filling your heart with love is an incompatible energy for negativity. Therefore, the two cannot exist at the same time. Whether or not demons exist, negative entities are real. It is better to set clear boundaries of only dealing with white light entities than to encounter a negative entity.
In the famous entity case, which Lloyd Auerbach worked on, he found that when working with this one woman, he observed her lifted off the floor, finger imprints on her neck in his presence. And it really shook him. He spent over a week with her just trying to determine, is this a demon? Is this an evil entity? Is this, Satan, the big S? What is this thing? And what he actually determined with her was that her own perception of self was very victim-oriented. She absolutely believed she was a victim, and he felt had been a victim in many past lives too, that she was carrying this energy from not only this lifetime, but past lives. And he recommended, believe it or not, actually counseling for her. And once she went through counseling to work on her self-esteem and work on what she was feeling about herself and her own issues, the events, the negative events, this spirit entity was no longer able to attack her or influence her in any way. Because you are in the body, you never have to be afraid of a demon. They have to be afraid of you. Though mostly true of disincarnates, demons can do harm to the body. They feed on fear and can actually draw blood. But demon attacks are extremely rare, and your own positive or good intention, perspective, and outlook can make a very unattractive target for a demon. Consider the following. The first way to protect yourself against negative forces is to meditate and establish a boundary that no entity lower than the Christ consciousness can come through you or even contact you. You need to know that you have the power to protect yourself. This affirmation is one I've used for the last 25 years, and for me, it's worked great. It goes like this. I only allow those guides or spirits of Christ consciousness or higher to contact or talk to me. It's simple but effective. You can also remind yourself every morning and evening, or whenever you feel the need, that your boundaries are strong and secure.
I believe it, and I have had many clients that I've worked with, and once they have to be ready to let go, because it does become their identity. They will introduce themselves to you as, hi, I'm Susie, I'm the one that has the demon, or whatever. It becomes part of their identity. So I won't even work on a client unless, and I ask them, are you ready to let go of that? If you're not ready to let go, it's a waste of your time to come see me.
Absolutely.
So how can you protect yourself from accidentally inviting negative entities into your life? Too often, people who have demons or negative entities in their life are able to trace the difficult time back to a moment of playing a game or inviting any entity to participate. One of the most common ways negative entities, although not always demons, are invited in is through the use of spirit boards like a Ouija board. Before using a spirit board, everyone participating must first establish their intentions. Everyone must truly have the intent that only white light entities are allowed to participate. This is done in a variety of ways, through prayer, having intentional boundaries, using white light, or burning a white candle, just to name a few. There are other ways to unintentionally bring a negative entity into your life, such as purchasing an antique or moving into a home that has an entity attached to it. This shouldn't make you afraid of purchasing antiques or moving into an older home. Simply use any of the techniques mentioned today with the clear intent of cleansing the object. Remember that the living has far more power than negative entities and demons. Exercise your power, set clear boundaries, and you can enjoy a life protected from unwanted negative entities.
She's welcomed this thing back in her life.
I don't know about helpless. I think I'd be a little angry because really people don't always want to let go. It gives them an identity, it gives them something to talk about, and some people are literally what I call professional worriers or professional victims. And if they don't have that going on in their life, they don't know what to do with their life. And one thing that I find interesting, what some people deem the voices that they're hearing to be demons, actually some, not all, but some of those people are actually tuning in to the other side and can hear spirits on the other side. So if they really want to not tune into the other side and they're part of that category of people, they set that boundary and the intent. Please, I don't want to hear the other side. I just want to stay in this realm right now. Thank you, and it'll work. Now we're going to visit with Ava Kay Jones, who's an authentic VooDoo priestess from Nolans.
We're here with Ava Kay Jones, an authentic priestess from New Orleans. And I met her earlier today and was so thrilled to have a chance to introduce you to her because she is an authentic priestess from New Orleans who also does voodoo. Now, people hear voodoo and they get a little confused because of the movies or TV.
Exactly.
What is voodoo and what is not voodoo?
First of all, voodoo is not devil worship. That's really important. It's not a denial of God in any way. And thirdly, voodoo, our stock and trade is not sticking pins in these little voodoo dolls to cause harm to your neighbor. These are authentic little voodoo dolls. It is a religion that came with the slaves from Africa through parts of the world. It came to Cuba, to South America, to Brazil, and also to New Orleans, and it became mixed with our Catholic faith.
Well, you know, in New Orleans and voodoo are a little bit synonymous. But
yes,
this is a healing art, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And I am what is called in the bayous of Thibodeau, where my people are from. I'm from New Orleans, but my grandfather was a black Frenchman from the bayous of Thibodeau. And I am called a traiteuse, or a healer. Yes. And this is what I'm practicing, the healing arts. I am here making authentic mojos. We call them gris-gris because of our French heritage. And it is a charm to bring luck, to ward off negativity and evil, and to bless people. You know, a lot of musicians from all over the world come to me to get their mojo working.
Especially in New Orleans.
Yes, and then there are a lot of ones, I won't call their names, famous musicians who come to get their mojo for good work, for creativity, and they'll put it in their instrument case. And so what I do, I put together all of the different roots. I put a little John the Conqueror root in here, a little high and low John. I have a little magnetic sand just to attract good things to you. Then, darling, you know, it's like making a gumbo. I'm sorry for the cliche, but a good gris-gris is like making a gumbo. So after I put together all of my, oh yeah, we need some peace and protection, you know, with the fiscal cliff and all that, you know, people are stressed. So I'm putting some stuff in here for peace and protection.
So Ava Kay Jones, you have all these ingredients, you have all this knowledge. How did you learn to do all this?
Well, first of all, it is from my mother. And my mother was very psychic, very spiritual, and she told me that I had the gift.
Yes.
Actually, when I was in her womb, she told me that really the Blessed Mother appeared to her and told her I would be a blessed baby. But then I've gone through the rites of initiation into the VooDoo, into the Yoruba, as a priestess, so I'm actually an initiated priestess, but I have never, ever, ever forgotten my Catholic roots, ever.
Now, practicing voodoo, practicing healing magic, you were just saying earlier, like, there's nothing dark about this. This is white magic. This is magic of the light. Only, because you reap what you sow. You know, and there's an African proverb, if you spit in the sky, some will fall on you. So we don't do anything evil, okay? That's the only way to be, because, you know, that karmic payback is not too cool for dark magic, right?
Oh, no. I mean, what goes around comes around, you know, and all of these conscious people here at this expo, they know that.
So, like, this 2013 year, obviously we made it through 2012, year change. 2013 year, there's all these things happening. What's a recommendation you would give to someone who says, you know, I just want my 2013 to be better?
Well, darling, I wanted to tell you this. You know, I've heard some very reliable spiritual sources that, contrary to what you hear, that this is the year of grace and God's blessings for those who are just worried about the fiscal cliff, the debt ceiling, and all manifest love, give love, spread love, and it will come back to you. And that is the best, and your power works better when it's through love. So just love, treat people right, trust God, trust the Lord, and, you know, just stay out of the cemeteries at night doing dark things, and you'll be okay.
And Ava Kay is an emissary of love. She does the healing, bright, amazing magic that helps the earth, helps the people she works with, helps our planet, and, you know, that karma's not too bad to get back to.
None, and I've received so much love from people here already. You know, it's just wonderful, the love that I have received, you know, from my neighbors all around me, from the people coming here, you know. And I'm selling my love potion, but I think they already got, you know, they have so much love.
You gotta spread the love potion.
That's right.
Any way you spread it.
That's right. And this is just a wonderful experience. You know, this is my first time coming here, but I'm known all over, but I love it. I absolutely love it.
And she is famous in New Orleans. If you're ever there, you gotta look her up. Now, for everyone else in the planet who is not living in New Orleans, how can they easily find you?
Well, darling, they can find me. Just look up Ava Kay Jones. You just got to Google my name. I have a history in sports football. I've done all kinds of stuff, unsolved mysteries, discovery history. They'll find me, you know. It's like I have a GPS, or they'll find me.
Now, do you have like a phone number or website?
Yes, I'm going to give you my phone number, if I may do that. 504-412-0202, or my web address. Look, just write me at VooDoo Priestess, VooDoo Priestess at msn.com.
Well, I'm excited about this. And Ava Kay Jones, you are one of the brightest spirits that I've seen, and I'm so glad you took time with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's just joyful. That's all I can say.
I have to say, Miss Ava Kay Jones was an absolute delight, and she has such a great spirit as well as a sense of humor about the subject, because let's face it, the subject is not an easy one in America.
Well, it's not. And especially if you say voodoo to people, what they think right off the bat is that you have a doll you're sticking pins into. And you know, I didn't even realize that it was a religion.
I knew it was a religion, but I didn't know much else about it. I knew that it had to do with white light, and that whatever you send out, you get back, just like all other major religions. You know, what you reap, you sow. But it was just fascinating how she educated people on the different herbs, her different mojo bags, and just the different dolls that she has for good, not for evil.
And now a question from Lucy, who wants to know more about her chosen career.
My name is Lucy Navarro, and I would like to know how far will I go in my career fields. Thank you.
Lucy, thank you for giving us this great question to work on today. Career is always important. Now, I've asked my guides to come in. I've asked your guides to come in. I've already mixed up the cards. Let's see what your guides have to say about your career and how far you are going to go in your chosen career. This is a really great set of cards. Oh my goodness. First thing, I'm thrilled to be doing this reading for you. Here we go. You have victory in the #1 position. Wow. That means where you put your effort, you will get victory. It will happen for you. You have crossing you 2 of stones. That's working well together with people in harmony, connecting with them energetically, and in the physical plane. That's going to be, of course, great in career. It's crowning the card of fortune. Now, fortune is wonderful because it means happiness, money, gold, things in the real world. It means that you are meant to be fortunate as you go forward in career. Now, career for you too is going to mean travel, so I just don't see you stationary. You're going to be going around, going places. You're not going to be in just one place doing things. You will have a little bit of an Achilles heel here, though, as far as career goes, and that is people who appear virtuous but are actually just good liars. So you have to develop ways to discern the difference between a good person, an honest, virtuous person, and someone who is only pretending to be. That's going to be your Achilles heel in this. Now, next year, 2014, as we're doing this reading, next year is going to be a really great boost of energy where your work and career is concerned. So you want to be prepared for that. You want to set the groundwork and tracks this year, and you want it to be bear the fruit of those tracks you've laid in 2014. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to know everything at every moment. It means that you will be in the dark sometimes. It will be difficult at times to kind of figure things out. You won't always know the right move to make, but your guides say that you will be making the right moves. It says, don't be rushing through every open door. Take a minute to look at the opportunities ahead and really choose and discern where you want to be and where you want to go. The next 4 years, starting in 2014, are going to be blessed years for you. So 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. This is your time to really shine where career is concerned for you. If you're asking me how I feel about career for you and where this is going to be going, I'm going to say almost the sky's the limit, as long as you don't get tricked or fooled by those people who are dishonest, disintegrous, or have no virtue. Learn how to see them, learn how to discern who they are and what they are, and you will be able to propel yourself in career and work for you in a way that's going to be very successful, especially for this next 4-year period. Lucy, thank you for such a wonderful question.
Lucy, I think that's a question many people have, especially early on in their career. And I'm being shown that you are relatively early in your career. Your guides are showing me that you will have 4 major opportunities to make significant shifts in your career. What's not clear is if the shifts are directly or indirectly related to your current job. Of course, you have free will, so when these shifts present themselves, you will have to make choices. If you stay on your current course, you will end up with a job title that you may not even know exists right now. Your guides say that you love a good challenge and that none of the choices will be for those who want to coast in their careers. At least one of the choices will be the direct result of your hard work and active pursuit. At least 2 of the choices will be presented to you without pursuing it. But please be aware that everything comes with a price. Some of these choices will require much bigger time commitments, which may not work well with your personal life. Again, you will need to make choices. There are no right or wrong choices, but each choice will have its own path for your soul development.
Days are actually getting better and providing a better income for them than ever before.
That's true, and more people are aware of how to manifest what they want in their life, and it's no longer go to the factory, work there till you die like Dad did. People are making choices, they know what makes them happy, and they're not about to spend a whole lot of time in a job that they don't like.
Well, and you can't do the job for your whole life anymore. You can't spend 30 years in one place. The world changes so quickly anymore. It's always a race just to kind of keep up.
It absolutely is. So, Lucy, you have an absolutely wonderful career ahead of you and many, many choices.
We want to answer your questions and address your topics. If you have questions you want answered or topics you'd like us to look into, we're easy to find. You can find me at questtarot.com or email me at joseph@questtarot.com.
You can find me at cgraysonhypnosis.com or email me, cindy@cgraysonhypnosis.com. And you can watch this show in the Sacramento area on Comcast Channel 17. And in the San Francisco Bay Area, you can watch this show on Comcast Channels 23, 28, 29, and 33. And throughout the state of California, you can find us on AT&T Uverse Channel 99.
Additional channel listings can be found on betv.org and att-services.net. We're also now on ivolvetv.com as well as our own Roku channel and cable channels throughout the Midwest. You can find us on Facebook, Vimeo, and YouTube. Simply search Joseph Ernest Martin, Cindy Grayson, or Paranormal Insights. And be sure to watch our series, The Magic Minute, where you'll learn easy-to-use everyday magic that makes your life better, exclusively on YouTube, where it only takes a moment to make magic. And when you do, please click like and subscribe. Please send us your questions and topics,
so we can share our paranormal insights
and answers from beyond the ordinary.